The winds of change are blowing through the Virginia Mason Athletic Center, and the ripple effects are being felt across the entire Seattle Seahawks roster. We are tracking a series of critical personnel decisions today that highlight how the front office is aggressively retooling for the upcoming season. From strategic backfield additions to necessary defensive adjustments, the landscape in Seattle is shifting fast. If you are as passionate about the Hawks as I am, please consider hitting that subscribe button and joining our growing community of 1,000 strong. Let us dive into these developments.
$1 million. This move, surfacing this Friday, is a calculated response to the void left in the wake of the departure of Kenneth Walker III. When we analyze the current state of the Seattle backfield, it becomes clear that the front office is prioritizing versatility and durability. Emmanuel Wilson arrives from the Green Bay Packers with a reputation for being a high-motor player who can handle physical carries between the tackles, a necessity in the demanding environment of the NFC West. From a tactical standpoint, this signing suggests that the coaching staff is looking to maintain a balanced offensive identity despite the personnel turnover. Emmanuel Wilson brings a specific skill set that complements a power-run philosophy, which has long been a staple of successful Seattle teams. By bringing in a player who has already tasted the intensity of professional competition, the team is mitigating the risk associated with younger, unproven commodities. The financial structure of this contract is particularly telling. It is a low-risk, high-reward scenario that allows the coaching staff to evaluate how Emmanuel Wilson fits into the broader scheme without committing long-term cap space. This is quintessential roster management. We have to look at the historical context here as well. Seattle has a long track record of finding diamond-in-the-rough talent at the running back position, often relying on players who possess a chip on their shoulder. Emmanuel Wilson fits this profile perfectly. He understands that this is a pivotal year for his development and his potential to carve out a permanent role in this rotation. Furthermore, the implications for the offensive scheme are significant. With a new focus on efficiency, having a reliable secondary option who can step in and produce immediately is vital for keeping opposing defensive coordinators on their toes. As we look ahead to the training camp battles, the competition for touches is going to be fierce, and Emmanuel Wilson will need to demonstrate that he can master the nuances of the playbook quickly. The coaching staff is clearly not interested in a total rebuild of the running game, but rather a strategic reload that emphasizes stability. As fans, watching how he integrates into the team during OTAs will be one of the most interesting storylines of the spring. It is a fresh start for him and a vital lifeline for a Seattle squad looking to maintain its identity. But that is not the only situation developing right now, as the defensive side of the ball is also seeing some movement.
If you are enjoying this deep dive into the latest Seattle Seahawks news, do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us keep bringing you this level of insight daily. In a move that reflects the ruthless nature of NFL roster management, the Seattle Seahawks have officially parted ways with defensive back Tyler Hall. This decision, confirmed this Friday, is part of a broader house-cleaning effort as the organization looks to refine its defensive secondary. Tyler Hall, who provided depth in the defensive backfield, now finds himself looking for a new opportunity elsewhere. From an insider perspective, these types of moves are never easy, yet they are often dictated by the numbers game and the need to open up roster spots for incoming talent or younger players with higher developmental ceilings. When we look at the secondary, Seattle has been very specific about the type of length and athleticism they require from their defensive backs. The release of Tyler Hall suggests that the team might be moving in a different direction in terms of their coverage scheme, or perhaps prioritizing players with a different profile in the nickel or dime packages. Analyzing the roster construction, it becomes evident that the team is constantly evaluating every position group for marginal gains. Even players who have contributed in the past can find themselves on the bubble if the coaching staff decides that a different skill set is required to handle the evolving threats in the league. Tyler Hall showed flashes during his time, but the inconsistency of the defensive unit as a whole often leads to these types of changes. It is a reminder that in the NFL, today's roster is rarely the same as tomorrow's. The financial implications here are also worth noting. By clearing space, the team gains more flexibility to navigate the remainder of the offseason and potentially address other needs that may have been identified during recent evaluations. For Tyler Hall, this is an unfortunate turn of events, but the league is full of stories of players who find their footing after a change of scenery. The question for the front office now is how they plan to fill the void left by his departure, and whether they will look to the draft or the remaining veteran free agent pool to bolster that specific spot in the secondary.
This is not just about losing a player, it is about the broader vision that the staff has for the defense. They are clearly looking for a specific type of discipline and coverage capability that they believe is currently missing. As we follow this story, it will be interesting to see if there is a corresponding signing in the coming days, as the team cannot afford to remain thin in the secondary for long. Every position is under a microscope, and the coaches are demanding excellence from every individual on the depth chart. The departure of Tyler Hall is just the latest chapter in a very busy week for the franchise. However, we have more news to cover, as the front office has also made a decision regarding a key piece of their defensive line rotation.
Rounding out our coverage of today's developments, the Seattle Seahawks have re-signed defensive tackle Brandon Pilley to a one-year deal worth $2 million. This is a significant move for the interior of the defensive line, a unit that requires immense strength and technical proficiency to anchor the defense against the run. Brandon Pilley has proven to be a reliable and gritty presence, and keeping him in the mix is a strong signal from the front office that they value consistency. Analyzing the defensive tackle position, it is clear that the team wants to establish a foundation of players who understand the scheme and can execute their assignments with precision. Brandon Pilley has shown a marked improvement in his ability to shed blocks and penetrate the interior, which is critical for disrupting the timing of opposing quarterbacks. By locking in a player with his familiarity in the system, the coaching staff is securing a known quantity who can contribute immediately as part of the rotation. The contract value, while modest in the grand scheme of the league, is an investment in the culture of the defensive line room. These are the types of players that often go overlooked by casual observers, but they are the heartbeat of a successful defense. When you think about the trenches, it is not just about the big-name stars. It is about having a reliable rotation where everyone knows their role. Brandon Pilley has earned the trust of the coaching staff through his work ethic and his steady performance throughout the previous campaign. This move also provides the team with a level of continuity that is often lacking in a league defined by constant turnover. Looking at the strategic fit, Brandon Pilley is an ideal candidate to thrive in the current defensive philosophy, which emphasizes gap integrity and relentless pursuit. He is the type of player who plays with high energy on every snap, and that kind of intensity is infectious. As the organization looks toward the next season, having a solid anchor like him allows the defensive coordinator to be more creative with his blitz packages, knowing that the interior is held down. This re-signing is a testament to the fact that the front office is looking to build from the inside out. They understand that if you cannot win the battle at the line of scrimmage, it is very difficult to win games in the modern NFL. Brandon Pilley represents the kind of blue-collar excellence that the Seattle faithful have come to appreciate. He may not always land on the highlight reels, but his impact on the team's ability to stop the run is tangible and vital. This move puts the defensive line in a much better position to start the season with confidence and chemistry. We are looking at a team that is methodically putting the pieces of the puzzle together, and securing the interior line was clearly a high priority for this week's agenda.
It has been an incredibly busy day for the Seattle Seahawks, with moves that touch almost every level of the roster. From the backfield to the secondary and the defensive trenches, the front office is working overtime to ensure the team is ready for the challenges ahead. What do you think about these latest roster moves? Are you happy with the decision to keep Brandon Pilley, or did you expect more significant changes in the secondary? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more insider updates. See you next time.